Yo, what's good, everybody? Man, y'all came out early as fuck. At daylight saving time, fuck y'all ass up, huh? I'm saying, that shit fuck y'all shit all the way up. Motherfuckers came out early as hell. I came back. I came back from dinner and shit. I saw that shit. I was like, damn, motherfuckers already out there. It ain't number 8 o'clock. But what's up though? What's up, everybody? What's up, Arian? Thank you for coming out. You know what I'm saying? Quick, fast, and shit. Vieira, Stardust, Arian, D. You know what I'm saying? Jamal. What's up, Future? What's up, Truth, man? Well, yeah, man. Tonight we don't really have much going on, man. We just chilling. You know what I mean? Just got a couple of things to talk about. I know some of the subjects that I'm talking about we've discussed prior. You know, what's up, Garuda? What up, Lay? I mean that whole Microsoft with 36 million AMD that they bought so far, right? I know we spoke about it already. You know what I mean? What's up, Jemiah? I know we spoke about it already, but I don't feel like I've actually spoke about what I wanted to speak about when it comes to that shit. You know, because we was talking about what does that really mean, whoop de whoop, as far as like so Microsoft the real number is like atrocious, and that's why they ain't been talking about it, all that shit, and it's true, but I that's not what I'm trying to like get to, right? And we also mentioned that they don't really how do I put this? They ain't gonna make no goddamn money off of no games if they put games out because the numbers is just not supporting it, you know? What's up, Thrash? What's up, Jackknife, man? I was supposed to do the was trying to hop on six shit this morning, but I went to dim sum with you know what I'm saying with the homies and a couple of ladies and shit instead. My fault. But yeah, man. So this whole thing with Microsoft 36 million AMD and and Sony with 99, we we come to a really odd spot in the game, man. Because to be honest with you, this whole time I thought that they've sold 36 in my mind. In my mind, I'm thinking they sold at least 36. That's why I was telling y'all 3 dozens. You know what I'm saying? I expected that shit. I thought that's how much it's gonna be and shit, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? 36 is how much they've bought. You know what I'm saying? As far as AMD chips, I'm saying, right? I mean, shit. Has to get some dim sum and shit. I had to feel more Asian. Lately, I've been doing a lot of, you know what I'm saying, other shit. I've been doing a lot of Asian shit lately. I had to go do that. You know? No, you see, Jemiah. I mean, that's not true. 29 is not correct. It's probably lower than that, to be honest with you. It's probably lower than that. That's why, or maybe it's a little bit higher than that. Because the thing is, as of that report, and that report was very recent, is 36 million, right? 36 million that they've actually got, not the fact that they've actually sold. What I'm trying to figure out is what is the amount of consoles that's actually in people's homes right now. If we talking about consoles, you know what I mean, that's being used, that's in the wild, like truly in the wild. And when I use this number, I'm gonna use it as far as like not multiple console owner. Like if you own more than one console of the same fucking thing, that don't fucking count. You own like 4 PlayStation. That's still like in you know what I'm saying, most people's mind, like, most companies' mind, they still consider that to be like somewhat one console. You know what I mean? Because how many of the same motherfucking game are you gonna buy? Even though you own like a multiple amount of console of the same fucking brand, how many games are you gonna buy? You're still gonna buy one copy, right? Maybe two at the most. You're not gonna buy 4 copies for what? For every room you ball that hard? Who's that dumb that ball that hard? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You have to ball hard and you be that dumb to do some shit like that, to buy 4 console and buy a game for each console at a time and shit. You know? So what I'm trying to say is I'm talking about target audience, as in what amount do of people do they have that is their target audience? That when they make a game that's out on an Xbox, what is the target audience they're hitting? Like what's the amount that they actually have to actually hit, right? Because they bought 36 million. When you buy 36 million, it don't mean all 36 million, go into production. So, but let's say all 36 is in production, like all 36 is now a console, right? If all 36 million are is now a console, none of them was damaged, everything was smooth, all that stuff. 36 million was manufactured into consoles. And if 36 million consoles was manufactured, 36 million consoles couldn't be sold because $36 million, I mean 36 million consoles made cannot equal the 36 million sold, because then there wouldn't be possible to have so many Xbox still out in the market, right? You can go out there and buy any kind of Xbox you want at any time. You know what I'm saying? You could buy an X, a Slim, you know what I mean? The OG one probably somewhere. I don't know. Y'all tell me if y'all seen some shit. I haven't. I mean, I haven't looked out for Xbox products like that, so I wouldn't be able to say. But I do know that you can look out for one anywhere in the store. So it can't be 36 million sold. There's got to be at least, I want to say, at least 3 million that's in the market right now, right? That you could buy readily. I'm expecting way more than that, really, in the market right now, right? In the market right now, if you think about like the amount of console that's still out there that's still waiting to be bought, how many is that? Yeah. 30 million, do you think is like, no, I'm talking about like I'm not talking about 36 million sold. You feel me? I'm talking about just the exact amount of people they can market to when they come out with a game. Say if Xbox come out with an exclusive game, right? A game that you can only play on an Xbox console. Like scrap PC, even not even PC, just Xbox. How many people are they truly gonna hit? Right? How many people are they truly going to hit? Because if you say 30 million, that might be 30 million sold even. How many how many of those are being used? And I'm talking about like, you know what I mean? As far as the customer base that they have, the customer base that they have truly with an Xbox. We're not talking about bots, right? Because we could do the same thing with PlayStation. And I'll do that in a minute because I'm interested in this number, because this number just made everything a lot clearer. It makes a lot of sense. It makes sense why Microsoft does what it does. Because before I told y'all, I'm like, man, I can't really call it. I can't call Xbox the moves they make and shit. I just can't call it. I don't know what the fuck they doing. I don't know what the fuck they doing, man. But I realize now that if that's the case, if that's really true, 36 is how much they bought from, what I'm saying, the AMD chips that they have. If that's 36 million of those, then makes a lot of sense now. Everything is like basically clear, right? But what I want to know is the exact number. I'm talking about the number of people that they can market to if a game does come out. I want to say that's in like the 20s, like in the 20 millions. I'm not saying 20s, I mean, I'm saying in the 20s. I don't know exactly where, and I'm trying to figure that out, right? Because PlayStation, you can actually figure that out a lot easier. We already know PlayStation got 99 million AMD. Of course, 99 million doesn't mean 99 million made, but let's just say they made that much, right? 99 million made. They can't have 99 million sold because, well, 99 million sold mean they won't have any PlayStation in the market to be selling. So they're gonna have some in the market right now. How much is that? I want to say roughly 10-ish million that's still in the market that right now that you could buy, that's readily available, right? Probably around 10 million. in store. Wait, shit. Yeah, about 4 to 5 million in store. That would make sense. But you also gotta take this in consideration too. How many people have given up their Xboxes and their PlayStation? Listen, you know what I mean. I want to be fair about the numbers and shit. I don't want to be just saying Xbox and not saying PlayStation because it works both ways on all console. Any any pawn shop you go to, you can see a couple of Xbox, couple of PlayStations, right? So you have to get like the exact number of that shit. And I want to say the exact number of people that you would actually could market a game to on Xbox. I want to say it's like in the mid 20,000s because PlayStation is the same way, right? PlayStation 99 million AMD. If you say 99 million is being has already been made into consoles. No, 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 no. Jemiah, that's what I'm saying. Jemiah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that other people bought it from pawn shop and shit. I'm talking about the people who have gotten rid of an Xbox and no longer have one. That's still considered a sold. You feel me? If you say, let's say 30 million sold, right? Cool. But it doesn't mean those sold are still being kept. You know what I mean? You just count that as a sale. Like if I bought a PlayStation and like a month later I gave it to somebody else, right? I no longer have it. It's just still, I mean, or I just like send it to or I take it to a pawn shop. It just sit at that pawn shop. It's no longer being used, so that number is skewed, and it works both way with PlayStation and Xbox, right? PlayStation got what like 80 something million sold that we know of. They're probably in the mid 80s. Who knows? Who knows what the most recent numbers for PlayStation is? Like they're in the mid 80s, right? 80 something. Because last I know, I believe it was like 83 and some shit, right? So if they're like in the mid 80s, sold realistically, I mean, I probably want to say about 5 million of that, 5 to 8 million of that is no longer there. They're probably in the high 70s when it comes to true customer base. And it's like that like all around, right? Once it gets saturated enough, I mean, you tell me like is anywhere around this country because in America, of course, I live here and shit. So in America, right? Any pawn shop in any city, in any state, in a little town you go to will probably have one or two, right? Will probably have one or two at least Xbox and PlayStations. They gotta come from somewhere. Now, at the same time, true, some of those people are multiple, they own multiple PlayStation. They got rid of some of them. But at the same time, you go to you go to GameStop and all that shit, they're everywhere too, like refurbished PlayStations, refurbished Xboxes and shit. And those don't count as rebought either, right? So those numbers are like never truly exact to the number. I just want to know what's the exact number. And I want to say it's in like for PlayStation, it's probably in the high 70s. You know what I mean? Probably 77, 78, something like that. And for Xbox, it's probably like 26. You know what I'm saying? 26, 27. And here's why I think that, right? Because that's exactly why Xbox does what it needs to do. That's why Microsoft takes Xbox in the direction that they do. They no longer want to do fucking consoles because console, of course, don't make the money. They put all this time and money into R&D just to come out and sell this many consoles, and this amount of console will not sustain them. The money that they are getting, the money that they are getting, is from the service, right? And of course, it makes sense. It's easier to stream services and make money off the services than making true to life games, that you actually have to put effort and, time and money and shit into because it won't pay off for them. That business model does not work for them. So when back in the day when they came out and they said, like those games don't make this do this, have the same impact, is because the games that they have came out with did not made enough impact for them to keep on going with that business model. They also did come out and say, hey, certain publishers like, you know, Sony and people like that could still sustain themselves by doing those type of games. But Not everybody could. And we see now why that's the case. I think that's what it really comes down to. Sony has made a strong enough brand for themselves that you know when you buy it, you will get all these games that you will actually love playing and shit. And for Xbox, it's a struggle to get there, right? And that's why they want to go with that amount. 86.1. Yeah, so I was pretty close. So 86, right? I want to say out of that 86 sold, quarter to it. Damn, man, that's a lot of fucking PlayStations. I'm saying I didn't even see that shit, man. Like I said, I've been out doing shit all day. It's been a nasty day, man. It's been cold and rainy and shit, but I've been out doing shit, man. Like I've been telling y'all, I've been working a lot. I've been working for quite a while. I used to work like 6 days a week. You know what I mean? And it's getting to me. So now I'm actually taking 2 days a week off and shit. So off today and tomorrow. I've been enjoying myself more lately. I've been going out more, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? Life is not all about work and shit. And the only time I enjoy myself is when I'm at home playing video games, just video games and work, video games and work. After like a year, that gets real old real quick. I need to like get another day off and shit so I could do other shit. You know. All right, Jamal. So 86, right? Yeah, 86 sold. 86 sold, which means probably about 5,000 of those. I think 5 million of those, right? No longer exist as far as the customer like base. They might have gave it up, or send it, return it, whatever, whatever. Like there's all kinds of stuff. Because what I want to talk about is actual true numbers that some motherfuckers out there holding a controller playing video games. It's just you expect it, you expect that amount of numbers already. So I want to say with PlayStation is in the high 70s, you know, when it comes to the actual customer base that PlayStation have when they come out with a game that they could market to that amount of people. They could market to about high 70 millions worth of people. You know, of course they want to say we sold 86 million. Of course that will make it sound a lot. Of course they count the number they've sold. Is it 86 million shipped or 86 sold? I mean, I'm gonna have to look that up later myself, man. But 86 shipped or sold, I'd still say it's like somewhere in the mid to high 70 millions when it comes to PlayStation. I mean, once they hit 100 million, I want to say only about high 80 millions is still as far as in the ecosystem of it. Really, of course, once they hit 100 million, they'll probably PlayStation 4, 5 will probably come out and it will change the game again. But as of right now, that's the kind of numbers we're looking at, right? And that's why all the moves that Microsoft made become abundantly clear now. It's just the business model like this doesn't work for them. They just don't have, like Lincoln Clay was saying, right? Like Lincoln was saying, they don't have the enough customer base to sell it to. And originally, in my mind, I thought they was in the high 30 millions, but right now they're actually in the high 20 millions. And I told y'all it was in the high 20, if it was like in the rough 20 millions, like it's time to close it up, right? And one of these other part, like it was the one before, the one before that I said that shit. If they was like in the teens or the 20s, they might want to like get out the game. And sure does look like it, right? They're in the high 20s, realistically, when it comes to customer base, because they haven't been shipped 36 million yet. They bought 36 million AMD chips. Realistically, that doesn't mean all 36 has transformed into, I mean, not transformed, but have gone into a console to become a full-fledged console already. It's just a chip that they bought. We don't even know the amount they've actually made into consoles, let alone the amount, that people the amount of consoles they actually have and the amount of consoles people actually bought. There's so many levels, right? I mean, this report just give us the information that this is how much Microsoft has bought. We don't know how much they've made. You know, they could have bought 36 million, but they've only made 30 million. You feel me? Like that is a possibility. I don't think it's gonna be that far there. It's probably like more like 33-ish, right? You have to have enough of a supply to keep on putting it out there and at the same time make more just in case you run out of your supply. I think the demand becomes stagnant and there's a certain influx of supply. So if that's the case, you would hope, buying more material to make more products because your product isn't moving, which means there's a halt, man. We of course don't really know. Well, actually, we can look back to see which year it was that the major halt happened, or is it realistically just a low number every year? I watched that video. I think I gotta go back and look at that, and of course I gotta look up that sheet to look it over to see that shit, to see if it was like a halt, you know, like all of a sudden it was selling poor, but didn't sell too poorly, and all of a sudden it just like cut. What's up, Lincoln? You know what I mean? All of a sudden the demand drop even further. But that can't be it. I think it was just slow across the board. They might have like peaked a little bit here and there, but I think it's slow across the board, right? So right now you have 20 something millions that people that would be able to like buy your product right now. You know what I mean? And you market to these people. Out of those 20 something million, how many people will buy this one single game? Let's say I come out with, you know, a s if Xbox has a true to Xbox exclusive. What's up, Crosshairs, guys? You know what I mean? Like if Xbox has its true to itself exclusive to where it doesn't go on any other console, right? No other console, no other platform, none of that shit. Just Xbox. They would be they would be basically just sending you know what I mean, selling to 26 million people. 20 something, I'm sorry. Mid to high 20 million people. And out of those people, of course, not everybody's gonna be into a particular type of game. Like I love God of War, you already know that, but not every PlayStation dude is a God of War motherfucker. You might not care about that shit. So the amount of people that, even though PlayStation have probably the high 70 million worth of people they can market to, out of those 70 something million people, how many of those give a fuck about God of War? I mean, you have to do all these calculations. It just trickled down to a smaller and smaller number by the time you actually say, all right, so if I make a game for this motherfucking console, realistically, this is the percent that I'm gonna get. You know what I mean? This is the small ass percent. Like, and it's across the board with all consoles. This is not just PlayStation. I'm not picking out just Xbox. It's the same shit. It's PlayStation's the same way. The only thing is PlayStation has a much bigger volume or number. Therefore, they're still successful. The numbers still come back to be a good number for them, right? And before the numbers was very skewed for us because we don't really know what kind of numbers they're working with. If you was in the high 30 millions, right? If there was like about 30 some odd million people that's owning an Xbox right now that you could market a game to, there's opportunity for growth. But in the high 20 millions, guys, you're just losing money because you know why that's a difference? Because 30 something million is still enough of a base for smaller games and bigger games. But 20 something million, if you put a big major blockbuster game out and it doesn't sell well, then you lost money. That's period. And for it to sell well, it has to sell like through the roof. You have to sell like percentage wise. I'm not talking about number wise, because you know you don't have the numbers to do that. I'm saying percentage wise, right? If you market to 26 million people, like a major banger has to sell like 5 to 10 million. You know, like a major you know what I mean? Like let's put it this way. A major a major game on an Xbox, like it has to sell at least 2 to 4 million within the first month. I mean, within the first week for it to be successful. It has to. It has to do those kind of numbers for it to be successful, because there's no Xbox out there for them to do that with. How are they gonna do those kind of percentage? There's 26 something million people playing. I mean 26. Why I keep saying that? 20 something odd million people playing on an Xbox, if they do play, right? Some people buy Xbox for other reasons. You hear people say that shit all the time. They buy it for the Blu-ray disc player. They buy it for to stream shits, to yada yada yada, everything except not gaming. So there is a small percentage of people that does that too. You know what I mean? So in somewhere in the high 20 millions of people, you put out a game, and you would hope if you get 10% of those people, right? Let's say they're at 27. I feel like that's where they're at, 27, 28 million people that's actually owning an Xbox, that's actually able to play it and shit, right? Out of, let's say, 27 million people, you put out a game and it's 10% of that shit. 10% of those people buy that game. You know how much that is? That's 2.7 million. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like a crazy amount or nothing, but 10% of PlayStation, that's 8 million people. That's 7 point something. You know what I'm saying? That's 7 point something million people right there. 7.7, 7.8, something like that. Damn near 8 million games sold. It's a lot better, ain't it? But be honest with you, Horizon sold like at about 8% of what PlayStation, like the numbers of PlayStation is. Well, at least that's the last time I did the calculation on it. It might have changed now, but back then that's how much it is. So if that's the amount of numbers that you're marketing to, and you have to hit 10%, which most, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, most like big, like no matter how big deal of a game it is, like lately, God of War and Spider-Man been doing like crazy numbers, but usually an exclusive game will be like about 7% of the console own, like the console market. And if you doing about 26 million, if the 26, 27, maybe 28 million people out there could be able to buy your game if they are interested in that game, it don't look good. You know what I mean? And I mean, well, I mean, ain't nobody gonna take you up on that bet, Crosshair. Of course it's gonna sell better. It's ridiculous. When has it not? Sony for the last 5 years has not stopped when it comes to the PlayStation. They've been murdering every NPDs, damn near every NPDs. Nintendo got them a couple of times, but damn near every NPD, Sony like just took it, right? And I think at this point, it's clear. It's not so much that Xbox doesn't want to be in the game; it's just they can't. They can't. Like they don't. They can't sustain themselves. So that's why they're moving to the, you know, to the stream market and to the all that stuff. And all this stuff is underlining, and but realistically we know that it's just at first we're before we was more confused. We was like, why would they do this bullshit? But now we see why. No one buy their shit. No one really buy their shit. And because of that, the percentage, like the numbers of like, you know how people say like people on PlayStation don't buy games or people on Xbox don't buy game. It's the same across the board, really. The percentage don't really change across the board. The same thing on both consoles. The only difference is there's a much big there's a much bigger number on one side of the console to the other. That's why the numbers are so skewed. There's never gonna be a third party game where it would sell more on an Xbox. It's not possible because the number percentage, like it's just impossible. You don't have the you know what I mean? You don't have the like the corner that you don't have that big of a market for you to have like that kind of number. It's impossible. It's impossible for you for there to be more Red Dead Redemption 2 sold on Xbox because there's only 20 something odd million motherfuckers playing on an Xbox when there's like 70 some odd million motherfuckers on the PlayStation. You feel me? It's just impossible. So at this point, that's why they're going the route they're going. And which means they failed at this, at console gaming. You feel me? They failed at console gaming. Don't let's keep it real. As a business is concerned, they failed. They did not give their consumers what they want, or at least their target audience what they want, or at least what they thought what their audience wants was not what they wanted, and therefore their numbers are going lower and lower. And it's you know they're gonna have to go through a different avenue to make money. So as of right now, will we really consider it the same kind of like competition? Because realistically, if Google come into the game and they do like the streaming console too, right? They will be competition. They won't be really in competition with Sony, really, because Sony will still do the same shit Sony been doing, an actual console. So it'll still be a different kind of market then, wouldn't it? Would they really be in this type of market anymore? I don't believe that's true, Jackknife. The reason why I don't believe that's true is because if it was true, then Red Dead wouldn't be such a big deal, right? Red Dead should, I mean, isn't Red Dead like a story? I know the multiplayer is there. I know multiplayer is there or is coming. I haven't touched it. I don't know. I've been playing the story mode. But real shit, like that's the whole point of Red Dead. Really, it's the story. Can't imagine motherfuckers want to do this bullshit for fun online. God damn, I could see it. I could see why Grand Theft Auto is exciting and fun fucking online, but goddamn, Red Dead Online sound boring as fuck, fam. Red Dead Online does not sound fun to me at all. At all. I'm gonna tell you why Phil Spencer said what he said. Right? Phil Spencer said that single player experience doesn't make an impact like it's used to. We all know that's wrong. We all know that's a lie. We don't even need Sony or any third party like company to prove that either with their single party like no, not single party but story experience, right? You don't need them to prove it. We already know it's bullshit like a motherfucker. The reason why he said that is because they can't do that. The amount of money required to make like a single player experience, like a good story based game, is very, what I mean, the amount of money that requires, the amount of talent and all other shit that require of you to actually come out with a game that has a you know um either a beautiful story or a well-meaning one, what I mean, like a deep story, whether it's whatever line of story you want to follow. Make sure it's a good story, and then you have to back that up with set pieces. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. You got yeah, Hellblade exactly. And Hellblade did poorly across the board, bruh. Doesn't just did poorly on the Xbox, did poorly on the PlayStation too. Right. And that's the problem. It's not Phil Spencer is saying that of course they're not going to come out and say, "Hey, listen, it costs a lot of money to make a single player game that's really good. So we're not going to do that because we don't see the money in it because if we put that kind of money in it to make a game like that, we're not going to make it back cuz we're marketing to 20 something motherfucking 20 something million motherfuckers. I can't do it. We don't have to like there's just not a good return in it, so we're not going to do it." But of course they're not going to say that. Of course they're going to come out and say they give you a reason why they're not doing it. And of course, instead of telling you that they're not going to do it for money reasons, they're going to tell you it's because you don't want it no more. That's the first time in my life I actually heard that shit when the CEO tell like their core audience what their core audience actually want. That's the craziest shit. The only reason why I came to you is because I want this shit and you had it in the first place, so I came to you. And now you telling me that I don't want this shit I came to you for in the first motherfucking place. That's the wildest shit I've ever heard in my life. Right? What's up? Don't call me Danny. Ain't that the wildest shit you ever heard in your life? I came to you for this. You used to give that to me because you had that shit. That's why I came to you. Like a weed dealer. You know what I'm saying? You're a weed dealer. I smoke weed. I came to you for weed because you got weed. And now you telling me that I don't want weed? What are you telling me? You feel me? Like that's like you telling me I want heroin. I never wanted heroin. I wanted weed. Like what the fuck? That's why I came to you. You was my weed man. That's why they call you the weed man. What the fuck? Right? Does that make sense? That's the first time I ever heard that shit go down like that. And I'm like, and y'all just like, yeah, cool, cool. I never wanted weed. I didn't want an ounce of fucking blue dream anyway. Like, what the fuck? You feel me? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But that's why I was like, man, these fanboys are goofy as fuck because they actually was like, yeah, yeah, Phil, that's right. I don't want that shit anyways. I don't want none of that shit anyways. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? The reason why you went to them originally because they had that shit. What the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like you, but that's what I'm saying. So now we can't really be mad at Phil for doing what he was doing, for Microsoft in general doing what they was doing. Dude, they ain't gonna make no money. They still a business. They gotta make that money, cuz, and they ain't gonna make money off of 20 something odd million motherfuckers. That's not how it's gonna go down. You know what I mean? That's not how it's going down. Like at best, like, bruh, a fucking can you imagine that shit? A fucking single party game. You know what I'm saying? Like a true to Xbox game, even if it do gangbuster numbers, bruh. Even if it does like 20% of all the console that's out there, 20% of motherfuckers that own an Xbox One X came out and cop like an exclusive game for Xbox. You know how many that is? Do you realize how many that is? That's only 4 million, cuz that's 20%. 4 million some change. You know what I'm saying? Off of 20 something odd million. I'm sorry, not 4 million. What am I thinking? I'm just okay. 20%. All right. 20% of 20 something odd million. Shit, cuz yeah, that is about 4 point something million. Yeah. I was right about 4 something, maybe 5%. Maybe five. But 4 point something, maybe 5 million. Yeah. About that. God damn. You know what I mean? And that's if that's 20%. And most like they don't do that much. Not compared to like Call of Duty. You know what I mean? If every game sell like Call of Duty, then if every game like there's a single player experience that's true to only your console, sell like Call of Duty. Xbox will like be banging them out. You know what I mean? Xbox be banging them out. I just there's no money in it for them. They just can't make no money from it. So they're not gonna do it. It's just when they told you they're not gonna do it, they're not gonna tell you it's because we ain't gonna make no money. There's only 20 some fucking million motherfuckers that's playing on our shit. Then it's a no go. So they have to tell you you don't want it. And you actually accepted that shit. That's the wildest shit I've ever heard in my life. But beyond that, right? Let's get to but that's what I want to talk about. Now it's all clear. Now it makes all the sense in the world why Xbox is making all the moves they make. And motherfuckers have the nerve to say, well, if PlayStation don't do that next generation, they not come on, cuz. Come on. You know damn well it's not gonna turn out like they failed at this, so they have to find another avenue of making money. And you think just because these motherfuckers have to find another avenue of making money, if their competition, their original competition, ain't gonna do it, they gonna lose out on the money? Are you serious? They was not able to compete with this company in this fucking competition here. Therefore, they have to jump shift and move to another format. They have to find another way to make money. And now that they can make money off of this shit, or at least seemingly so, they actually have other competition in that game now. They have Google and other motherfuckers in that game. So we'll see in the future how that goes. But as of right now, we're talking about that type of shit. Realistically, they're competing with those motherfuckers. They don't even compete with PlayStation anymore. Because PlayStation realistically is only competing with Nintendo, and they have different demographics of people they go after. So is it really that good for Xbox really to no longer be in competition with Sony, but go into competition with Google? You know, I'm just saying if I was Xbox, man, I'd rather compete with Sony than Google. Is all I'm saying. I would much rather. I don't think you're gonna make it if you compete with Google. I'm just saying, I think Google is too strong of a company at this point for you to fuck with them like that. They're synonymous with research. They know what they're doing. When you think of research, you think of Google. You know, I'm sure they put all their fucking research into figuring out how to make this possible and shit. And we'll see what happens, man. I might cop. Hey, I'm gonna be really real with y'all, man. I might cop a streaming box. I might just cop a streaming box. I just gotta figure out which streaming box I'm copping. Of course, I might have a PlayStation 5, but I might cop a streaming box, man. And any one of these can get it. It could be a Google box. It could be a fuck it. I might get an Xbox streaming box. I might get an X Cloud box, whatever the fuck that thing is called. The X Scarlet Cloud X. You know what I'm saying? Slim box X Cloud X Stream Xbox Stream box, whatever that box is gonna be called, right? I might just cop one. Let's see what happens, man. I'm curious to see that new competition play out. The competition between which streaming box does better than the other, right? Or which streaming service does better than the other. Because now it just means that PlayStation is gonna have to compete with Sony. I mean Nintendo alone. Because that's different kind of markets, right? You have motherfuckers who come home, buy stuff, put in their console and play games. There's certain people who like streaming. But it's two different shit. It's two different market, really. And I'm really curious now about this whole both a streaming box and a motherfucking like real Xbox. So they're double dipping on both sides to see what happens. Just to see if like is it possible that they're trying to see whichever side do better for them? Is that what it is? But enough of that, man. I wanna get to Blizzard, you know what I'm saying, and Bethesda. Reason why I want to talk about Blizzard and Bethesda is because right now both of them are getting hated on, right? But I wanna say there's a big difference between the two. I feel like Blizzard doesn't really deserve all the hate. It doesn't deserve some hate. I ain't gonna front, but I don't believe it deserves like the kind of hate that it's getting. I think shit was kind of. I saw those clips. Y'all seen those clips, man? Have y'all seen those clips? Have y'all seen those clips of those motherfuckers that It was like asking questions. That shit wild as hell at BlizzCon. Boy, that shit was wild as hell. You know what I mean? Like, this is like April Fool's joke and shit. Like, god damn. Y'all motherfuckers mean that shit, huh? You don't think so? Like, you ain't see that shit, Jamal? That shit is wild as hell. These motherfuckers, like, was going in on these devs, man. They deserve that shit? They deserve that shit? I don't know, man. I can't really call it. Here's what I will say, right? I can understand that, maybe, you know what? Maybe because I don't play that shit. Goddamn, Jackknife. I cause you at 2 a.m., man. Ain't no reason to stay up until 2:45 no more. I'm too old for that shit. I ain't gonna front. I was up until 2:45 last night. I was up at 2:45 all the time. Not for no motherfucking podcast though. I'll tell you that shit right now. I'll catch that shit later. I'm going to bed. Yeah, if I ain't got shit to do, I'm going to bed at 2:45. I better be out. You know what I mean? I better be out trying to get some pussy and shit at 2:45. Ain't no reason to be up for no motherfuckers podcast. Include me. I feel you, dog. I ain't tripping. Like dip out. There ain't no reason for that shit. So I don't play their games, right? I don't play Blizzard games and shit. Maybe that's why I don't have any. Like maybe I would have been angry as fuck. And I kind of get it. Like every time I bring it up, like a dude would be like, "Whoa, what if they made Street Fighter a mobile game?" I'm like, they might, they might make that shit a mobile game, but I don't know, man. Like I can't see why like people are mad. Like they made a mobile game. Unless all their games are gonna be mobile now, like they're not gonna do an actual Diablo for your a PC or console and shit or something. But here's the difference between them and Bethesda, right? Bethesda is different. The hate that they're receiving is different. They took a game that's beloved, right? Took shit away from it and made it all buggy as hell, and just came out and say, "Hey, this game's gonna be a buggy piece of shit. I hope you guys enjoy it." That's basically what they did, and I can understand that hatred. But Blizzard, though, no, I mean, nah, I'm not saying they should be clean because real shit, that's fucked up. That's fucked up to make a game that's, I guess, have such a major fan base. They made the money that you've made so far has been from these motherfuckers. And now that you see that the mobile market is booming, you just want to taste, and you don't give a fuck about these motherfuckers no more. It's fucked up that it's no longer gonna be on a PC at all, right? But if they will make them in the future, what's the problem? Maybe they just want to branch out and make a Diablo game for the mobile market. Can't they do that? I feel you. I mean, I feel you, Jemiah. Like, if you know what I'm saying? If you mad, like, damn, really? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't really speak on it much, mainly because I don't play their games. But if you mad at them for not making a PC version of it, I like, are they ever going to make a PC version of it? Yeah, cool. That dude, I saw those, man. I was like, God damn, y'all really mad, huh? I feel you, Jemiah. I mean, yeah, man, that would suck if they say Diablo 4 is coming, and then 6 years later it's a mobile game. No, I feel you. And some mobile games are fun, man. I ain't gonna lie, but damn, that is rough. That is rough to do that. And but the thing is, like, I feel like they probably will make another Diablo, right? That's only for That's only like not just only, but for PC version and all that stuff. I can't call it because I understand the frustration. If you've been, the money that they've made is from a certain fan base, and it feels like because they see the potential of making so much money in, another platform, they just went straight to it and not even, you know, and not even like, and I'm not even sure if that's a good move. Just because you see that the mobile market is doing well, are you sure that your fans actually want that? Your fans, like, that's what I was saying, man. I came to you because you a weed dealer. You got weed. I want weed. You had this game on the PC. That's why I came to you. What you mean now? I want and now I want weed on the go. Like, you know what I'm saying. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case, Coon. But in my opinion, what Bethesda did was so much worse than what Blizzard did. Of course, they would try to like hype a game, you know, mobile or not. Of course, they would try to hype it, and as long as it has the Diablo name on it, of course they would try to be hyped for it. Yeah, that's rough, Jemiah. I can't really say shit about that. Mainly because I don't play that game. I mean, what input I have as far as the situation, I'll talk about it. But as far as the game itself, I don't play it, so I can't really say it. Like I said, man, that is fucked up if they're not gonna make any more for it. You know what I mean? But that's the though. That's where I think where people should be like. I mean, a lot of people are hating on it, but I don't feel like there's enough. Like I feel like sometimes there's like you know like the amount of bullshit these motherfuckers pulled, man. Like, and I don't know why. Like, there's certain people who like give Bethesda a pass no matter what, just because they love the Fallout series, right? Just because they love some of Bethesda's game, it's like they can never do no wrong. These motherfuckers like told you this game is gonna be magnificently fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's just magnificently fucked up, and you bought it, and you was still cool with it. Yeah. I mean, all their games. If you love somebody's game and they came out and tell you this is fucking awful, god awful mess that we made, cuz enjoy this shit. You know what I mean? Come on, man. At least tell me you're like trying to figure this shit out, whatever. You can't just tell me this game comes with horrifying fucking, you know what I'm saying? Horrifying fucking glitches and shit. But I should be cool with it. Take out NPCs and shit, make it no longer a real fucking uh RPG no more and shit. I don't know. Elder Scroll. Yeah, man, I'm not into Blizzard games, but that's probably why I'm not mad at them because if I was, I'd probably be mad as fuck. You know, what I'm saying? I'll probably be mad as fuck. I'll probably be mad as fuck. I'm so because you know why? Because it's like, all right, it's like taking a game that I love that I've been playing on console forever and say, hey, it's no longer gonna be on console. It's gonna be on PC. And I'm like, but motherfucker, I don't play on PC. But I love this motherfucking game. What you mean? Like, you know what I mean? I love this motherfucking game. What you mean it's gonna be on PC now? I only play on console. What kind of shit is this? Right? I can understand that, but that's a business choice that they made. I don't know if it's gonna pay out, like pay off for them or not. It doesn't seem that way because realistically, it's the same shit with what I was saying with Microsoft. Like, because they were saying, what if we can reach these billions of gamers out there? Motherfucker, what makes you think they want to be reached? What makes you think she's into you like that? She ain't into you, cuz. You know what I mean? What makes you think they want to be reached? They play on mobile market for a reason. You think they want to play that shit? You know what I mean? They want to play that shit. If they want to play that shit, they would have bought a console a long time ago. Just because it's readily available to them, you think they gonna just pick it up now? That's not how it works. If your shit was not like interesting enough for them to cop your shit in the first place, you think just making it easier for them to get it? You know what I mean? Put it on some shit that they already own, put it on a fucking tablet, put it on the phone. You think they're gonna get it? These motherfuckers play mobile games for a reason. That's how I feel, man. Like they play mobile game for a reason. And anyone could be a mobile gamer. I'm a mobile gamer. I sit and wait at shit sometimes. I have to play some shit to pass the time on my phone and shit. You know what I'm saying? But am I gonna sit there and fucking bust out a fucking controller and connect it to my phone and play some shit? No, no. I drive everywhere, and when I'm driving somewhere, I got some shit to do there. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? And there are people who like commute and shit, and but there's a lot of people who just want to come home, hop on their laptop, play some games. Or their gaming laptop or their rig or whatever, and play some games and shit. Just like me, I want to go home, turn on my console, play a game. I've been following this game forever. It's always been on console. Now it's going to PC. And there won't be a console version of it. And I'm sitting here like, word. You know what I mean? I can understand that. But besides from that, I'm not mad at anything else because, it's a business move that they decided to make. They think they're going to make that money. That shit better turn out well for them or it's going to be fucked up. You know what I mean? But Bethesda, man, the shit that Bethesda is pulling, that shit's wow. I don't know how people don't really, people ain't as mad as them, as I would think they would be. Because if you tell me a game that I love is gonna be fucked up, I'll be extra mad. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? You better pull fucking Rockstar and make these motherfuckers work extra hours to fix this shit. What kind of shit is this? But they're just gonna let them come out and do that shit, No issues, no problem at all. Hey, that Todd Howard's a weird looking dude, man. I'm sorry, Todd Howard's a weird looking mom. Y'all seen this man? Especially like when he talks and shit. Like when he smiles. I'm not saying weird as in like abnormal looking. I'm saying weird like he would kidnap your whole family and feed you grapes for no reason. You know what I mean? They're one of those type of dudes. He has that even keel blank face when he talking and shit. Yeah, man, dude. Anyway, that's how I feel about the whole situation. I feel like some companies, when they deserve hate, like we don't give them the right amount of hate, right? And the reason why all it really is when it comes out to hating a company, like for me, for real, anyways, because they doing some shit that I don't like. And sometimes I just feel like other people would like share my sentiment and some shit that I don't like. I figure like another fellow gamer would be like, yeah, I don't like that shit either, and complain about that shit. But no, they complain about other shit. They just want to hop on a bandwagon and complain about certain shit that doesn't really affect them at all. They just complain about it. You know what I mean? As far as Blizzard and Bethesda, I have played more Bethesda game than I have played Blizzard game, but I cared like for neither one of these motherfucking companies. And real shit, I would say Bethesda deserve more hate than Blizzard. Because Blizzard, yeah, they kind of fucked up on that. I feel that. But at least they ain't tell you, listen, man, we fucked up the game that you like. Buy it anyways, though. And also, like, the game that you like is not how you like it no more. But buy it. And we botched the whole delivery and everything. But here, like, you know what I'm saying? It depends. It depends. Jemiah. I do have some grapes at the house right now with seeds, but they these big ass motherfucking grapes. Like I don't know where like I guess I'll tell you. I don't know where old girl be getting them from, but old girl be getting these big ass motherfucking grapes because like these grapes are like the size of a fucking damn. They like damn near the size of a golf ball, cuz. But and they got seeds in them. It's fucked up. But they so good, man. Like, and it's weird, man. These grapes are weird as fuck. Like they big as fuck. They damn near the size of a golf ball, right? But they have like four big ass seeds in them, and their skin is kind of bitter, but their fucking flesh is fucking delicious. Cause I don't know what kind of grapes these are and shit. Any one of y'all played these games, man? I know. I mean, I know Jemiah does with Blizzard games and shit. But y'all play Bethesda game and Blizzard games and shit? Hey, and shout out to Sick, man. Shout out to Sick. Early, I missed the triple P, but I was catching a little bit of it before I was, hopping onto my own and shit. And shout out to him about, he was talking about Resident Evil 2 remake, and he was talking about like how come motherfuckers like cheering on the fact that there's free shit in Resi, 2 remake, like they get the original outfit and shit back, and I'm like, yeah, real shit, man. Like back in the day, we just unlock shit. Nowadays, we just pay for all the stuff we used to just unlock. And motherfuckers like hype about that. Motherfuckers like, yeah, but since there's so much DLCs and all this other shit, it's nice to get some shit free. Like, really, dude? You pay $60 for this game. Ain't shit free. You know? Ain't shit free. You pay $60 for this goddamn game, man. What you mean? I never got into those games because I don't know why I never got into those games. I probably love those kind of games too. It's probably like right up my alley. Like something like Diablo sound like it'd be like right up my alley. I don't know why I never got into it. I played some Fallout. My DLC purchase, my last DLC purchase, shit, Spider-Man, I guess. Spider-Man was my last DLC, Ruda. I don't know. Yeah, I bought the all-in-one, the whole DLC season pack, whatever it's called. The City Never Sleeps or whatever it is. I usually don't like buying DLCs like that, man. The only DLCs I would buy is like those type of DLCs. I don't even like buying maps on shooters and shit. That shit kind of pissed me off. Fucking five like $15 map pack and some nonsense. You know what I mean? The only thing I would buy is like DLCs, like those story DLCs, like those extra content DLC. And real shit, that Spider-Man DLC was kind of short because it ended kind of abrupt out of nowhere. Like, I feel like it should be a little bit longer. It was good, but it was just kind of short. There's not a lot of DLCs I buy. Motherfucker, I haven't even buy. I didn't even buy with Li Long, cuz, and that's the only character I really know how to play in Tekken. I didn't even buy them because I was so mad. They charged $6 for that shit, and it's not about the money, cuz. It's not about the money. It ain't nothing but $6. It's about the principle. I was just mad as fuck. I couldn't do it. At least Street Fighter let you grind and like unlock those characters. This motherfucker, you can't even grind to unlock it. You just have to buy that shit for $6. Like really, dog. This motherfucker's a legacy character. This motherfucker been around since like the original Tekken and shit. You know what I mean? And you gonna charge me $6? You gonna charge me $6 to play my main in a fighting game? You bitch ass motherfucker. I can't stand that shit, man. That's why I'm like, no, fuck it. I'm not doing it. I hate that shit. And fighting games the worst at that shit too. It's one of my favorite genre. This fighting games already hard enough. You know what's really fucked up? The reason why, and once again, shout out to Sick. 3 point something for a fighting game is incredible. A lot of people don't play fighting games because it's really hard to get into. As y'all can see, man, I'm a fighting game dude, and I still get murked in Tekken because I mean, I'm not as good as that game than Street Fighter. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm just used to 2D fighters. I'm not that used to 3D fighters yet. I'm still learning and shit. You know what I mean? It's hard to get into a fighting game already. So that's why the cell count for them is already low. So they have to actually try to make more money off the amount of like people that actually buy those fighting games. So that's where fighting game is like, man, it's ripe for like DLCs and all this other bullshit, microtransactions and shit. It's ridiculous, man. Bruh, right now on Street Fighter 5, you can buy like any outfit you can think of for Chun Li. It's fucking weird as fuck. Any outfit you want to put Chun Li in, they have an outfit. You want Chun Li to wear a nurse outfit, she got a nurse outfit. You want her to wear a secretary outfit, she can wear a secretary outfit. And that shit is weird to me, dude. But there's like a whole catalog of outfits you could buy for this unrealistic girl. You know what I'm saying? This unrealistic Chinese bitch. You could buy like a million outfit for her for like $1 or some shit. Because I guess motherfuckers into that. But I mean, shit, man. Like fighting games, the worst for that, and they don't usually sell very well. They have a very consistent but small fan base. Fighting game fans will stay fighting fans forever. They'll never stop buying those games, but that amount is very low. And I mean, shit, man. Who hasn't played Silent Hill? You have to play at least one of the Silent Hills. I played the first two. I don't think I played the third one. I agree with you, Garuda. They never should have changed from sprites, especially with you know technology than the way it is now. Can you imagine the way the sprites could look like nowadays? Though 2D fighters could look amazing now. The first Silent Hill was still the best, man. The horror like atmosphere that they create in that game is pure. Like it's amazing. And the craziest shit is it's done on fucking like if you go back and look at Silent Hill, the first one now, you're like, shit. What's up, Fatal? What's up, Facial Shura, man? Like if you go back and see the first Silent Hill now, you're like, what the fuck is this shit? How a motherfucker ever scared of this shit, bro? But when I was a kid, that game fucked me up, cause especially when you like walking around the fog, you stepped over something wet, and you can hear it like kind of splash a little bit. The atmosphere they create in that game is so fucking good, man. That shit was fucking terrifying, and the things that was killing you ain't nothing but like little blocks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Little cylinders and blocks and shit. But that shit was still scary. Foggy ass fucking atmosphere. I don't think you're gonna make it if you play your Res 2 remake, man. I don't think you're gonna make it, because they actually found a way to make zombies scary. Yeah, that's fucked up. And they still gonna have all the fucking Resident Evil monsters in there, the liquors and all that shit. All that still gonna still be in there because you might not make it. But actually, that's a good way to like bring up the last subject, man. How do y'all feel about hard mode in a game? Y'all already know me, man. I love hard mode, but lately you hear people complain that games are too hard. So, and it's weird to me because I swear, man, God mode is everything that's wrong with a game. Hard mode is everything that's good about a game. You know what I mean? Like any game there is, there's always gonna be like a hard mode. I know back in the day, that's just developers trying to figure out ways to, make more money. I mean, not make more money, but keep you playing. Replayability. You beat it already. Play it on the hard mode. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that says games are too hard, man. Old bitch ass gamers and shit. Like I don't understand, man. Like I love hard mode. I'm gonna tell y'all. I mean, I've been telling y'all when I'm the first game I'm gonna stream is Devil May Cry, right? And I'm gonna stream that shit in one of the hardest modes. I don't know which mode I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna probably do it in Dante Must Die mode if they have that mode. That's the equivalent of give me God of War mode basically, where enemies would start getting that fucking super armor or some nonsense. It's in every Devil May Cry game that there's a Dante Must Die mode. I am not gonna play it in hell mode. I would fucking y'all would see me lose my mind. I would fucking throw my controller at my fucking TV and shit. Y'all ever played hell mode on Devil May Cry, where it would take only one hit from the enemy to kill you, but you still have to play through the game like it's Dante Must Die mode. You have to like beat all the characters the same way. You gotta just play through the game, fight the boss, all that shit. You take one hit, you die. I don't ever think I even beat like any Devil May Cry game in that mode before, like the complete like every mission in that mode. I don't think I've ever been successful at doing that. I always get hit like somewhere in a fucking, what I'm saying, in a fucking mission. I don't know how motherfuckers, and I've seen plenty of motherfuckers that beat it too. And I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? But I love that shit. I always feel like that's like one of the like benchmark or hallmark, whatever you want to call it, of gaming, right? To beat something on a harder level, to know that you master that game. Right, right, Jemiah. Like that's exactly what I mean. Like if you lose and you feel like the game is cheating you, then it's fucked up. But if your skill is not up to par to the game, like the game's demanding you to have a certain level of skill to beat it, and you can't do it, that's on you. I mean, but that's what I love about gaming ever since I was a kid to like step up to a higher level of skill and shit. No, you didn't. Come the fuck out of here. They borrowed $2,000 then, if that's the case. If you bought that shit, they bought $2,000, man. I'll give you the link to my PayPal right now. Hey, and you know what I found out about that bundle too? It's just wild as hell. These motherfuckers had the nerve to do two separate bundles, cause one for Dante jacket and one for fucking Nero's jacket. I'm like, God damn. You would think an $8,000 fucking bundle would come with both jackets, right? But no, it just separated and shit. God damn. Capcom, man. I love Capcom games, but these motherfuckers, dude, are some of the slimiest motherfucker ever. Yes, future. If you want Nero's jacket, you gotta buy a different fucking. I don't think that one is like 8,000. I think it's like less. I don't know how much it is, but it's still in the thousands. I think it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, at least make like real jackets then. You know what I'm saying? Those look like cosplay ass fucking jackets. They don't even look like real. They don't even look like I would actually wear it and shit. Like if you made like make those jacket out of actual material, like real life material and shit that I can actually wear and shit, I might. But 8,000 though, shit, you a damn lie, cuz that's an Armani suit. That's a very nice Armani suit. I am not gonna do that on a fucking video game character's jacket. And that's one of my favorite video game characters of all time. Cause yeah, your goddamn mind. But I don't. The reason why I'm bringing up hard mode is because like you know how like people say I beat this game in a day, and I'm like, how was you able to do that? If you like, you must be playing on like a simple ass mode. Like, don't you go to hard mode at all? Like, do you ever go back to it? Because I feel like a lot of time people like say one and done game and shit. They just beat the game once on a regular ass mode and said they did everything there is to know about the game. And really, when you do that, you don't really know much about the game because you're just going through the motions, and then you look at the cutscenes, and then you go through the motions. You know what I mean? It doesn't really challenge you. If you go to a higher level of difficulty, that shit would challenge you like a motherfucker. I can't get into Doom Fatal. I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't know why I can't get into it. I mean, there is a lot of I could see why a lot of people love Doom. I just couldn't do it. The environment was. I know it's on Mars, so it is what it is. But the environment just all red and bland for me. And just the designs for the levels and shit wasn't good. It just took me out of it. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't seem as savage as I want it to be. You know what I mean? Real shit, Garuda. I could just have it tailor made by somebody for like way less and look way better because it'll actually look like a real jacket that I can wear and shit. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's my favorite thing about playing these kind of games to beat it on a harder mode, beat it on a harder mode than that. Just to know that you could, you know? That was the challenge. I don't know why people don't like challenges when it comes to video games anymore. Whether it's puzzles or whether it's just, combat or whatever the case may be, it's all a part of a game, you know? That's what I think of like when I think of gaming is there's challenges in this game. Like it's challenge you to beat it. And hard mode is like the ultimate personifications of that shit. Personification. I can't even pronounce shit today. You know what I mean? Like hard mode is what makes you know if you are a fan of this game or not, if you're willing to play on it. It for sure would be better looking if you fucking had someone make it for real. But yeah, man, besides from that, I really don't have much else to talk about, man. I'm just chilling today. I had a good day and shit, went out, did all kinds of shit. And then somebody fucking tell fucking Vic Kid his shit should be there by Wednesday or Thursday or some shit like that. And it's already been sent. Bloody Palace. You know what? You just remind me. I'm probably gonna hop on a Bloody Palace, man. I might get my fingers used to Devil May Cry shit again before the fifth one come out. I wonder how much they gonna change as far as like the inputs. Will the inputs stay very much the same, or will they change up the inputs? But I might hop on Bloody Palace. Because matter of fact, I don't think I've beaten Bloody Palace on Devil May Cry Special Edition. I beat the shit out of it on the original Devil May Cry 4, but I never played it on Special Edition, the one that recently came out with Virgil. I don't think I even beat it with Virgil. Because I mean, I'm about to hop off anyway, man. There's not much to talk about tonight. I'm just chilling. Probably hop on this. Matter of fact, I'll probably hop on this Bloody Palace right now. I was thinking about doing some cowboy simulators here, but maybe not. And brought up Bloody Palace. I'm like, you know what? Might have to do some Bloody Palace with Virgil, man. Yeah, I might have to do that with Virgil. Virgil's OP as fucking special edition. He is, dude. His fucking moves are fucking OP as fuck. The only thing I don't like about what they did with his with his like like his teleport shit. Like I don't know if I like that shit. But besides from that, man, Virgil's way OP in that fucking game. All of his moves are fucking heavy and it's fast. It's like it's like no need to be like scared of shit. You just like every move you hit is fucking solid. Like you fucking stagger fucking big ass enemies that don't even supposed to get staggered and shit. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna grab a little bit of food real quick, smoke something, and hop on Cowboy Simulator for a little bit and onto that Bloody Palace. I'm off tomorrow, so you already know. But I'll see y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. It'll be a short one tonight. Royal Flush, Draco Rex, Asian Gambit. Like, comment, sub, all that nonsense. I'll see y'all Tuesday, man. Uh, and yeah, since y'all already know the news about Tuesday, it's gonna be interesting Tuesday, cause. But yeah, man. I Garuda, cuz Jamal, Coon, Jamia, Jemiah. I always be fucking that shit up. My fault, Jemiah, man. Matthew, Coon. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like I missed a couple of people. I feel like I'm missing a few people, man. Motherfuckers are here earlier. The Messi and everybody else. God damn. Who else am I missing, man? Lay, that's right, Lay. Jamal, Arian, shit, D. Yeah, man. All y'all, Future. Yeah, man. Stardust. But yeah, man. I'll see y'all on Tuesday. It's just gonna be interesting Tuesday to say the least. I promise I'll behave. And if y'all was there on the last one, y'all see why I like popped up with Diamond because y'all see why here soon. And it has to be real, so he can't really know about it. That's why. But y'all look out for that shit soon, man. That round table shit, it's gonna be off the hook. But I'll see y'all next week. Deuces.